Hello.
Hi.
Hi, welcome to another video. So, as you can see, if you watched any of the last the Liberty Brief podcast, our very first one, by the way, you should go check that out if you haven't yet, where we answered many questions that you guys had on Reddit to the entire internet. We looked upon it and blessed you with an answer for some of them. We are now, after doing that podcast, realize none of you guys do your fucking research.
Yeah.
Nobody does. So we took it into our own hands to finally come here and join together with our knowledge of a combined of 8 years in the military service to give you insight on the most popular video that you could probably get for the U.S. Navy, and that is, of course, the All Hands Magazine Boot Camp Making a Sailor full-length documentary 2018.
Copyright my Navy HR.
So yeah, we're going to be watching this, reacting to it, and give you guys a little insight on whatever we can say. Give you the honest truth.
Yeah.
On our experiences and our advice going through this. So we're going to, if you guys have watched this already, we're going to be skipping the intro part where the two twins or whatever are talking about their whole life. All I care about is seeing them being beat senseless. Into carving them into a fine sailor.
Yeah.
Forged by the sea.
Oh yes. So we're gonna start this here in a second. But first, make sure to like and subscribe to the video.
Absolutely.
Or like.
Guys,
Oh
totally.
fuck! Hold up. Cut that. But first, make sure you like and subscribe, please, for more content like this, and of course, how we started the YouTube channel with our adventures. We're taking a little bit different approach. If you guys didn't watch the podcast, we kind of talked late on it. We're starting a podcast, or a rant, as we should say, the Liberty Brief podcast, in coordination with our Liberty Hours adventures. Whole new page in our good old book.
Hell yeah.
Whole new memories. So let's begin.
When you get off the bus, you will walk with a purpose, like you mean to accomplish something tonight. Is that understood?
Let's go! Rick that Chief has, bro. You know he's a senior chief now. When I was in, he got promoted.
I remember getting yelled at. That's pretty
This
much
one.
all I
Alright,
can
so like right here in this hallway.
Yeah.
Right where they're running down right there. I remember I walked in, it was only me and 3 other people. I legitimately stood right on that far flag over there.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't step on that because, you know,
Yeah, that was
right next to it. I was on the toe line of it, right? And nobody was yelling at us. It was super, super, super calm. Like, they just told us to go sit down and read these books that they give us. You know, the training books, training guide.
Oh, that fucking.
Yeah, that thing that you live religiously from. So, as they're like running down, once this kind of group came, it was fucking over. They like flipped a switch on us. They're tyrants.
Yeah, like that's when it started.
That's when it started.
I must have been in that last group then, cause like there was a guy waiting at the door. He was like, he had it propped open, you know, and right as the doors open, like they're like, all right, get off the bus. That's what the guy said. And our fucking RDC that was traveling with us, he's like, all right, guys, stand up, get off the fucking bus. So we're like, all right, whatever. So we start walking. The guy's like, fucking get in! He's just yelling at us. I'm like, all right, I'm trying. I'm trying.
And then, so, yeah, they just flipped a switch on us, and then it was just, I don't know, they don't show much of the tyrants that they were. All they do in here is just yell about the fucking phone.
Yeah.
Yeah. Which is like the first 5 fucking minutes of being there.
Yeah.
And after that is the longest fucking night of your life.
It is.
So you can't mess up. If you mess up, then that's on you, and it's really gonna fall back on you.
You will roll up your pants like 3 inches up. When you
Look how
are
ugly everyone
you'll
looked on
be
their
on.
balls.
Looking straight, awaiting further instruction. You have 15 seconds.
I remember that guy, too.
Hurry up.
Is that a chief? Is he?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the lizard king.
Yeah. No, that's not him. It's the taller white guy.
Is that touching your view?
More stocky build. You'll see him coming out.
Fix it! For your life!
No.
Put your garbage
Is it the
away.
Lizard King?
Aye, aye, Chief. That's how you sound.
Yeah, that's the lizard
Talk
king.
loud.
And then
He said get down to the last shirt with sleeves.
I remember that. I was like,
enough.
my shirt was sleeves.
Maybe you
You
could-
can see the other fucking training group on the back of it. They're just
like
staring
throwing
there
their faces.
at each other, fucking nut to butt, bro, in their yellow fucking PT shirts.
Help me.
Did you guys have any, like, the first, because this is the first thing you do, did you guys have anybody that was, like, just out of their mind? Like, they did no idea. Like, they just broke down as soon
Yeah.
as they entered
Yeah.
the door.
Yeah, no, mine was before we even got into the door. Like, we got off the bus, and this dude was, like, playing so calm, like, oh yeah, like, boot camp's gonna be a breeze.
Yeah.
And then we got off the bus, and you know how they yell at you, like, run inside? They just started yelling at this dude, like, sprint, like, run inside. And this guy just froze up, and he walked even slower than he was. So the entire time they're yelling at him.
Have like
and
three
I-
of them in his face, like yelling,
Yeah.
sprints.
And so I was like, shit, I gotta get around this. So I tried to run off the side. I'm like, no, get back in line. And I was like, oh, fine. Jump back in. It's just like, ah, shoot.
Well, when they did, it's a little bit, they haven't shown it yet, but with the phone call, you know, they're like, you better not say anything other than this. And they like tell you exactly what
Yeah.
to say,
Yeah.
you know? And the RDC walked away and I was like, hey mom, I'm supposed to tell you that I made it okay and that you'll hear from me. You'll get some info in the mail about what I'm doing and
Yeah.
stuff. And then I was like, I forgot the last part to say. And I was like, okay, love you, bye.
Dude, exactly.
Turn up your volume.
She's scared as shit, bro. Look at her.
Who said to stand like that?
Oh, this is my favorite part, bro.
You must love getting special attention.
This guy.
Huh?
They're chief.
Get that attention.
Why does that look like Bacardi?
Now!
It does look like McCartney.
I'm pretty sure that I said your hands will never be behind you. Your hands
Why is he
will never
grinding
be
his
in front
cheeks,
of
bro?
you.
You
Yeah,
see he's
bro.
biting his cheek?
He's that kid in school, bro. He's like, man,
I'm gonna
if an
swing on
RC ever fucking yells at me, I'm just gonna fucking punch him, bro.
I'm gonna swing on the instructor if he even gets close to my face.
This part was the worst. Standing there with the fucking.
Right here. All right. Yeah. So here in this room, the door that they're coming from right now. I remember because I was sitting right here on this first row, right there, and this guy was asking like, "Oh, what are we doing?" Like right next to me. I'm like, "Oh, we're just literally our training guide." And some RDC. I don't know. I forgot who it was. It's none of the main characters here.
Yeah.
None of the RDCs here.
Main characters.
Yeah. None of the RDCs here. But he comes up to me. He's like, "The fuck are you doing?" I'm like, "Oh, he was just wondering what we're doing." He's like, "Oh, you want to instruct people on what they're doing? All right, come here." I'm like, "Oh fuck." And
No, sorry, I wasn't doing
he
it.
puts me outside this door right here, and mind you, this is only the second group that came, right? And there's like 8 other groups that have to come, and so he made me stand in front of the door, and anytime anybody come in, he'd be like, "Go inside, sit down, read your training guide."
Oh my
Just over and
God.
over.
Over and over. I stood there for 9 hours.
Dude, fuck.
9 hours, the entire fucking night.
Nothing that you came with, aside from maybe a hairbrush and a few personal items, gets to
There you go, you heard that? That's what you can bring.
Yeah.
Here you go, guy.
personal luggage. Like there was no bellman service here, but I didn't expect all of my things to be that heavy. Like when I was filling it
Bro,
up.
for real though.
okay, great.
She's right though, because I remember staying there with that bag. And one of my best friends from boot camp. We both came from Arizona. We were sitting there and he just looked over me and he goes,
Okay,
dude.
then fix
I was
it.
like, yeah.
Now.
He was like, fuck this. And I was like, yeah.
I am naturally standing at attention right now.
Oh my god. Shut the f up,
Shut up,
guy.
bro. That's not.
Shut up.
No.
Definitely getting a lot tougher.
That is Lizard King.
I said you will sound off.
Yes, Chief.
Huh?
Yes, Chief.
Let me guess.
Mormon
You want?
cheese, that's
No! Now you want to fix it. Maybe had you just done the right thing the first time, you wouldn't be in this situation.
Yeah, like we said in the Liberty Brief podcast, go check it out. Literally all you gotta do is listen.
Shut up.
Just shut the fuck up. Sure, it's gonna be stressful. Sure, you might have a brain fart here or there, but just literally just keep your ears open and you'll be fine.
There's no way for you not to get yelled at least once in
Give
boot
a-
camp. So just fucking
happens.
in one ear out the other. That's what I did.
Yeah.
Just give a little bit of a fuck.
Yeah.
A
Yeah.
little bit of a fuck and give them your ears and you won't get picked on as much. You're gonna get picked on. You're gonna get yelled at.
Yeah.
You could be the most squared away person there.
They're gonna find something.
And they're gonna find something to yell at you at because that's their whole point is to create stress.
Yeah.
That's all it is. Yeah, that's all I wanted to say.
And then around 03:30 in the morning,
They hate
once
their
everybody
lives.
goes
Look
through
at
the
them.
process, then
By the way,
Pearl
in
Harbor.
processing barracks,
By the way, all the Navy
fix them up
is stand
and
around
take
and wait.
shower
So that's your
there.
first taste of
Yeah.
it right there.
Later
Stand
on,
around and wait. Stand around and wait. See,
That
look.
was the worst. When you wanted to eat, you were so hungry because you haven't ate anything in forever. You had to wait, and the lines were so slow.
Literally.
Oh yeah, and right here too. Yeah, that's right. You don't go to sleep after that whole night.
Yeah.
You get to sleep not the first night. You get to sleep on the second night you're there.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just want to get boot camp finished.
I just want to get it finished. This is the first night, bud.
This is a challenge, and I'm gonna beat it. I'm gonna graduate.
See, that's the attitude you want.
Yeah.
Not what those two
I have a very
twins had.
goal.
Oh, I already get it done over with. Yeah, everyone wants to get it done over with, alright? Nobody wants to fucking be a basic. You want to be the guy on the gun.
Yeah, exactly.
Or the
To
ship.
fight with anyone or to get in.
You know what I mean.
Yeah.
Just get out of here. Yeah, just get out of here. I want to graduate. Like I thought it just comes with going to boot camp that you were gonna graduate, but you have to earn it. So.
No fucking shit, guy. Right.
You actually have to earn this.
Yeah. This guy. Like, no fucking shit, you gotta earn it. It's not
You
like,
can't just come here and get it.
just want to get it done over with. I thought maybe you just come in here and they just push you through.
Like,
No.
oh my,
No
yeah.
fucking shit, guy.
The one thing like this video doesn't do justice is like when you run in and it shows them like on the phone and everything and they get in their shoe size, it's like really quick on the video.
No.
That entire process took about like 5 or 6 hours.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like,
Like-
getting everyone processed, piss test. You do a piss test when you first
Yeah.
get there, by the way.
Yeah.
Heads up, you
Well,
druggies. It's so like this entire process that from them walking down this hallway, it was probably about 12 to 15 hours.
Cause like
This is look, it appears to
start
be
of
nighttime.
days.
This appears to be nighttime, but when I did it, I got there during the late afternoon, and we didn't get done until probably about just before the sun rose. They get to meet their RDCs.
yeah.
this part sucked because they fucked our division up. We had half of a division in one.
I know
We had to,
him.
like,
You
switch.
know that guy?
That's Chief Sperry, bro.
I'm petty off
That's
the
cheap.
spirit.
That's Chief Sperry?
Yes.
What
Petty
the?
off the 10.
Chief Sperry is in our command, by the way.
Yeah.
If you know this guy, he's in our command right now. He's a Seabee.
Together.
Yeah.
We have 8 weeks to transform you and United
Dude,
States.
Chief Sperry's famous.
Yeah.
Bro, I went up
I
to
didn't
him
know
one day.
that.
Yeah, I went up to him one day. I was like,
It's
"How
now
are you,
over. You're about
Chief?"
to
And he's
begin
like,
a
"I'm good." And I was
journey
like,
that's gonna make
"You
you
know,
part of the greatest
you
naval
look
force
dashing in
the world
that
has
RDC
ever known."
video." And then he sat there and he's like, "Shut the fuck up," and he just walked away.
Your job as recruits is to do what you're told and give us 100% motivation.
There you go. That's all you gotta do.
My name's Petty Officer Sperry.
Look at that guy!
Hey, can you approve my leave?
I put it in yesterday. Can you hit approve, please?
Supposed to expect during their 8-week training.
Oh my gosh, counting off. What you saw right there is counting off. Pretty much anytime you leave your compartment, you're gonna line up in height order, right?
Yeah.
And they start from the smallest and go to the tallest, and you start with 1, 2, 3, 4.
And you
For
think
what-
it's simple.
Yeah. For whatever reason though,
That's the number one thing you fuck up.
you will be there for like 20 minutes sometimes trying to count from like 1 to 60, and it is
This
so.
one guy will not get it.
Yeah.
Just won't understand
And you
that he
have
is
to
number
turn your head.
34.
So if you yell 34 and you don't turn your head, restart.
And your number doesn't really change unless people get dropped from your division.
Yeah.
That's the only time it changes. If you're 34 at the beginning, for the next few days, you're probably gonna be 34.
Exactly.
You start teaching them the very basics: how to stand at attention, how to salute, how to do.
Go back.
Oh, then you just turn
He almost fell too, bro.
And then you start teaching them the very basics: how to stand at attention, how to salute,
Look.
how to do.
Look at that dude. He almost tripped.
Learning how to do things correctly.
Broke his own ankles.
Still, I felt sick during the PFA, but I just pushed because I didn't want to get separated.
So that PFA baseline is just
See, I like how he says that about like, oh, being separated. You're not gonna be separated
Yeah.
if you fail this initial PFA. they only count. And if you would have listened to the Liberty Brief podcast,
Go check it out.
go check it out. We spoke about how the initial PFA, you don't get separated. You get put back into a division in P days, and then you get to try again. The Navy's all about a second chance, and so they won't do anything unless you really fuck up and like assault another recruit or assault another person. You're probably not going to get kicked out. It's really hard, and that's why like even if you've seen a lot of the other recruit training videos, which were the only ones by the way, they always say, and we'll say it here, the easiest way to get out of boot camp is to finish boot camp.
100%.
So I had this one guy, he got kicked out and he just was done, so he got put in the separation org, right? And literally when we were about to graduate, he was still in that separation org. Getting set from the Navy. Like you are not a priority anymore.
Yeah. We had people saying that they want to kill themselves because they thought it would get them out and like sent. We had a guy say that, and he texted me actually because we exchange info and you're not really supposed to do that, but and then he texted me, he was like, hey man, how's it going? I was like, good, what about you, man? He's like, still here. I was in A school, like 2 months into my class, and he was like, I'm still here waiting to get sent home, so don't just finish. Like,
no, literally, it is the fastest way.
Here you go, right there.
Right there. Look at it. And like, how do I leave?
Really?
Yeah.
So right here is where your boot camp actually starts.
Yeah.
When you get to your new shit.
Yeah.
This is week 1 of boot camp. Everything else before that was just your initial processing.
That's exactly what I did, bro. I was like,
you go to sleep and
there's true regulations for everything.
Oh, here we go.
oh yeah, here's what we were talking about on the podcast.
Yeah.
So literally right there when it talks about folding, it even starts in P days because there's sometimes when like other divisions are going to do some and you have to wait in your compartment, you will literally sit there for like 3 hours and just like fold clothes. Stenciling.
Oh my god, that was the worst.
It was so easy but stupid at the same time.
Because there's a certain area on each thing of where you need a stencil, and if it's wrong, that is the end of the world, bro.
And I guarantee you, I'm talking to you.
Joe
Don't be that guy in the division
that does it all wrong.
That goes ahead of the RDC.
Yes.
They say, do what I do, and you're like, follow along with me. And there'll always be that.
Oh, I know what I'm doing.
Yeah, they'll say, follow along with me, and they go quiet for a second, you just hear like, and it's just like, who did it? Oh my gosh.
That's been the most challenging part, is just getting along with
Oh my god, yeah.
Yeah, for the females maybe. The guys, it's not really a problem.
Understanding that we have.
Pause. That was probably the hardest part too for me, or for I think the entire division, was getting along with each other. Oh my god, so many conflicting personalities and just some uptight motherfuckers. Like, when you're in boot camp, which they don't really talk about here, is some people get assigned like leadership roles.
Yeah.
Obviously some people like RPOC. There's RPOC on here and AROC on here. But there's also the male PO.
Section leaders.
The division MA, also known as the biggest snitch in the division.
The snitch of the division. Everyone hated ours, bro.
Yeah.
Legit, he's the biggest snitch. So don't trust your freaking division MA. And if you are the division MA,
fuck you.
We started off with 79 recruits, and going through the first couple of days, you lose a lot of recruits for medical reasons, for testing reasons.
Bottles
a
they
lot
had
of
to keep
times those
filled or
recruits
else you
get
get oh my god.
processed back.
Who the hell's that?
Hi, how are
What's this guy
you?
doing?
Continue on with another.
Yo, what the? I've never seen that.
So Simon and Gabriel, they got separated.
We're halfway there.
We're going into week 4 with Division 2 Chennai and the division as a whole.
Bro, our brother
started
did. Their road guard
together
pissed
a
his
lot.
pants in the middle of the road one time.
Division 2 Chennai.
Every time Candace's come on, I'm always in the back screaming. You can hear my voice all the way in the front.
The U.S. Navy is the best.
The U.S. Navy is the best.
The division has come a long way.
Slow down the pace there, guy. You're kind of speeding up on him.
That's because fuckers would eat a ton. Like, you can eat a lot, but these guys, I don't know. Like,
Yeah.
some of them just eat constantly,
So it's
bro.
all a building block to get them up to the standard that the Navy wants them to be at prior to leaving recruit training command.
Yeah, I've seen my waistline go down, which is awesome. Fitness is
Yeah.
going well. It's also,
I remember when I first, when we went to do this whole checkup thing, I remember because when I went and started boot camp, I weighed almost 250 pounds. And then when I got there, or we did this, I weighed like 214.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy.
You lose a shit ton of weight.
Yeah, if you eat right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You still have to, I mean, you get healthier food in boot camp.
You still have to make
You still
good
have
choices,
to
though, yeah.
portion it out.
Yeah.
Can't have fucking 4 peanut butter and jelly sandwiches
Yeah.
and then a full meal. It can't. Alright? Even though your freaking stomach says, oh, I'm hungry, it's not. Alright?
No.
Alright? I'm sure that the fat from your civilian life
Can
handle it and help you, alright? I'm not saying that I'm, anywhere near where I was, but, you know. Marlin Spike.
Oh my gosh. I got a story on this shit.
Are you ready?
Bro, every single time you go to something like this, like an exercise, the people that worked it were chill as fuck,
Yeah,
bro. They just like seeing us like fuck up.
How was that guy?
Really?
How was the people up top? Yeah.
That was the person throwing.
Because I was the youngest.
I was the dude down on the bottom catching the tennis ball as they threw it.
Oh, God.
That was my sole job.
Good job.
Now you're gonna put 4 figure eights.
4 figure eights.
4 figure eights. No, we got this. Let's go. Slam it.
So that was really hard, but I felt like it forced us to work together.
Okay, chill out. Fucking third class right there. You said that you had a story.
Oh yeah. So you remember how after every single thing you did, you had your little like hard card,
Yeah.
and they would stamp it if you passed it.
Mm-hmm.
So the Marlin Spike one came up, and it was like, yeah, we did pretty good, We had like 8 deaths or something, and then the instructor was like, so how do you think you did, RPOC? And he's like, well, I think we did good. And he's like, 8 deaths is good. You guys are the worst I've ever seen. And he just blew up. And I remember as soon as we got back to the compartment, everyone was like going up to Yeoman like, did we get the stamp? Like, or are we going back? Because if you get the stamp, you don't have to go back. The RDC comes out, and then she's like, so you guys did pretty shitty, but it wasn't the worst. And then our Yeoman was like, I have something to say, Petty Officer. And she's like, what? And then she's like, so we got back, and immediately everyone was asking me if we passed or if we failed. It's not about if we pass or fail. It's about being a team. And our RDC had the most disgusted look on her face. She was like, no, it's about passing. I do not care if you guys look like shit. You passed, you did good. Like, you're done.
Every single sailor is a firefighter. Damage control training.
Except for Seabees.
Yeah, Seabees apparently no.
This will be the best worst day of boot camp. Booyah! Booyah! I want everybody to repeat after me. Embrace the
Alright, before we start this. So, for the gas chamber, fun fact, the gas chamber day for us was my birthday, my 18th birthday.
Nice.
Yeah, so I got gassed on my birthday.
Nice.
It was great, fun time. I just wanted to add that.
It wasn't nearly as bad as I thought it was going to be. I think on a scale of 1 to 10, I went.
They running, bro.
Yeah, I remember that. That door was so hard to push open.
Yes.
Suction, negative pressure.
But I think we sized it a little bit more than we needed to.
I just cried a lot. My eyes were
Just cried a lot.
I feel that. Then you have those dumb guys who fucking rub their eyes.
Yeah.
Pistol training.
which was the shortest part of boot camp, and
it should be like the most important part.
Yeah.
Handling a weapon. Some people have never had to handle a weapon.
Real life experience of, first of all, handling this weapon in an environment that's close to
They don't show it.
It's not quiet, it's not passive.
But in this, the day before this, you do a little simulation shooting. You don't go straight on shooting M9s.
Alright, so when you're at the range like that, you guys probably saw it too. You probably had that one psycho in your division that like they tell you a million times before you go in there. Whatever you do, like just make sure your M9 is just facing downrange. Do not turn it like
they'll deck you.
Literally take your non-firing hand and raise it up, and they'll come help you if like something happens. We had one, there was one girl, and like her gun jammed, and she started spinning around and pointing, and they ran over there and they were on her ass. Like they had her like down on the ground, like it was bad.
They knocked one guy onto the ground. They smacked that 9 out of his hands and brought him to the ground. Yeah. When you're done, they search you and everything to make sure you don't have any ammo on you or anything.
Yeah. So you don't use your incapacitated gun at the watch standing.
You're incapacitated. Yeah.
One day my buddies did flushed one of the rounds from the gun on watch down the toilet.
No!
He held up the belt to like take a shit, and then he took out the magazine and was looking at the rounds. And one popped out like straight through the gap,
Please don't activate, please don't activate.
He tried to go off slow to like grab it, and then he moved too much. It was just like whoosh. So then
imagine explaining that to an RDC. I lost a dummy round down the toilet. Oh my god. This is like this is hands down like one of the cooler parts of the Navy is doing battle stations.
You're nervous as fuck before it, but then once you're on there, you're like, this.
And once you see it, see it for the first time, you don't know what's about. All you hear is rumors.
And then once you actually get in there,
That's great.
it's pretty damn cool.
Motivation all throughout the night. You're tired now. There's gonna be nothing at 04, 05, 06.
G, you've been 229, man. You're ready to my station, G.
So battle stations is the final test before you can graduate boot camp.
Dude, I remember seeing this. I was like, oh my god, this is so cool.
And
they have like birds chirping and everything.
Yeah.
Dude, those stairs are the hardest shits to walk up. I swear, you have to go up sideways.
Because they're like too skinny to go up straight.
Keep everybody in line. Don't keep everybody.
And you know what's crazy too is like these hallways aren't the same size as like ship hallways. They're like way wider for training purposes.
Just not much that I can say about battle station. It's just that it's very tiring.
Yeah, by the way, we can't comment much except for what you see on battle stations. We signed documents, so we're sorry about this. This is what you'll see. We can comment on these parts only.
There's a lot of kneeling.
You have to rely on your
That's the worst
next
part.
to you to make sure
This part's pretty cool. That part's cool.
Loading.
Yeah.
Ammo shit.
Ammo stuff.
Boot camp is a filter, not a pump. We're supposed to evaluate these people and decide whether they're sailors or not. But I will refuse to learn
saying
to help someone
it's a filter, not a
achieve the
pump.
goal
That was to his UTs back in 4.
So all the recruits that do make it through my divisions, I'll be proud of. And
I remember at this
feel
part
like
I cried.
I'm really helping out the fleet.
I didn't cry. I just was so tired that I just sat there and I was like,
the goosebumps.
Finally.
I just felt
I didn't say that.
like it's over finally.
Lie. It's emotional,
Yeah.
No, it's
this
not.
one they're chill. They're done.
They're done training you. This is it.
You get your pizza party after
was
this.
kind of
Proud to be
emotional.
American.
That was the part where I was
At least I know I'm free.
And trading that recruit.
They don't show it on here,
Get that
but
that's
I'm sure this will be fine. They play that song.
The day we
After you're
got
done with
You're
everything,
right
right there,
it feels
and then
like
you
a sense of
salute,
accomplishment.
and then they're like, and I'm proud, and they play the flag overhead, and the rest of the video, I'm sure y'all have seen it. It's you just graduate.
Yeah.
You just graduate.
Which you practice for like weeks in advance.
Weeks in advance,
over
like
and over and
3
over.
times a week. You're either practicing inside your compartment,
Yeah.
and then all you're listening for because all you gotta do, you march down those yellow lines, you stand there, you listen to the calls, and all you are personally listening for is Liberty Call, Liberty Call.
Literally, like.
Because that's when you can see your family.
Then that's when your family comes in, your mother's crying, your father's like, I'm proud of you, son. And
literally.
Whoever you brought, your girlfriend kisses you, your boyfriend kisses you.
It was what, like 40
Your dog. No, I'm kidding.
Huh?
It depended on the training group.
Well, I mean, not that you guys
3.
will have the graduation. You get to do the marching. Like, all the new people, they don't even do, like, have the families come in. Because of COVID.
What the hell do they do?
They literally just walk past.
They walk in past
and they record it, put on Facebook Live, and then they do the ceremony, and then it's like, alright,
does the reviewing party, which has all the admirals
Do they get to
and
see their family for the day though, or are they go straight to A school?
No, the families can't come.
But like, do they get released for 8 hours?
Or they go back to the compartment.
And they're just
And they go straight to A school?
Yeah,
pretty much.
Like,
You know what I would do as a parent?
I would
see you at the airport. By the way, you fly to your A school in your dress whites.
Which is the worst thing
No, well, here's the thing though. No, getting right off, getting done with boot camp and going out to the civilian world in your dress whites, you're like,
yeah.
You gonna say it?
Yeah. Do you want to say it or do you want me to say it first?
You're welcome. And also tell us your crazy experience in boot camp.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We want to hear from you.
We're not gonna tell it in this one because we don't want to.
Yeah.
Well,
that's for a later time.
That's for a Liberty Brief. If you're here at the end of the video, please make sure to like and subscribe. Because you've already wasted 30 minutes of your life. You might as well just subscribe to us. And yeah, any closing remarks, guys?
Yeah, you know, like, if you're watching this before you go to boot camp, like...
Still do research, for the love of God.
Use Google. It is your friend.
We literally, like, for a comparison on how much you need to know, not to know, but like to commonly sense like research, we said nothing compared to what you need to like research, okay?
Yeah.
You still need to research, you should still make your decision on your own. Do not have anybody's, not just ours, anybody's decision to make your own decision, alright? You make your decision, nobody else does, alright?
If you're...
Don't be writing on the bathroom stalls!
Yeah, don't go riding PT suits on the bathroom stall, okay? I know.
The book that you get in debt program that has all the study guides in it.
Yeah.
Fucking study the shit out of it.
But, alrighty. Hey, thank you guys for coming on.
Hey, thanks for having me.
Anytime.
Yeah,
Really glad we could be here, John. I mean, Alexander Lawrence.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no problem.
We'll cut your first name out.
No, it's fine. They already know it. It's okay.
Okay, yeah.
But yeah, alright. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see y'all in either an adventure video, a Liberty Brief, or
who knows?
Like a reaction video.
Maybe we'll go back to boot camp next time.
Yeah.
Our next adventure is back to RTC. Get on the bus, boys.
Alright, guys. See you guys.
You guys can go do that. I will not.
See you guys in the next adventure.
Bye.